And we're live. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nikki Smokes. I'm joined by Vic and Big Tone. Week 8, fellas. Week 8. Last week, I don't know how you guys did. I didn't see many tweets. All I saw was Tone getting his phone stolen by some random broads taking videos of him doing this, doing that. So I don't know what's going on, Tone. You tell me.
I'm with you. I mentioned in a tweet, when you go to a game, you just lose the whole day because most of the time the service is dog shit. So, my brother's like, you better get your bets in before we get down there. Thank God he did, because service was tough. It was in and out. As soon as we got in MetLife, obviously it was a nightmare. I didn't see much of you either. It looks like you checked yourself into an insane asylum based on the background. So I'm assuming you're not doing great after the
Yeah,
Philly
it is really white in here, right?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's a good color.
It's Coke Boy color.
It screams I'm crazy is what it screams, But no, the Giants game was a blast. I had a blast. I had a monster weekend, and the Colts fucked us out of an all-time weekend. But that we'll get into that, I'm sure. But the referees and the flags, and there was one in your game with the face mask call. There's been some fucking egregious calls lately.
Missed calls. They're just not even calling them.
It's not even, they're not calling them. They don't talk about them, and they're just so impactful to the game. I know it happens every year, but I just feel like I've been on the wrong side of it lately.
Yeah, that's how we always feel, though. We always feel like we're on the wrong side because when we're on the right side, we don't talk about being on the right side.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. I will say I went 5 of 7 on TV plays, and it started with
touchdown, Tony.
Touchdown. Michael Thomas making a ridiculous catch on Thursday night for us, just got things cooking and hit a big parlay. I told you guys earlier in a text message, every week I do like kind of a lotto ticket, 7 teams, money line. The Colts were the only team that cost us a plus $22,000 score. So it stung, but it was still a good weekend. Yeah, so still a good weekend. Vic, how'd you do?
I did terrible as usual, but honestly,
again,
I knew it was. Yeah, I'm 6-14 on official plays, but at least I'm keeping track.
When I see the Keeneland pick start going out on Sunday, I know football might.
Well, you got to have a little horses in the mix. You got to have something. But you know what really fucking got me last week was Thursday Night Football. The Saints coach Dennis Allen. I mean, they make a tremendous comeback down. I don't know. I think they were down 15. It's slipping my mind now. They make a tremendous comeback. They come back. Then they have the end of the game drive where they're just Kamara and Hill are running through everybody. They get down to the 6-yard line with a minute left and 2 timeouts, and this cocksucker Dennis Allen's calling 4 straight passing plays. Yeah. Fade routes to Olave. What is he doing? So I knew the week was going to be fucked right then and there when that game fucked me.
So Thursday night starts your week. Like if you lose Thursday, you're done.
Like that, where it looks like we're going to win the game, and then you decide, hey, I'm wearing this cologne. I get laid every time I go out. Let me try to fucking not shower at all. That's basically what Dennis Allen did. He got down to the 6-yard line, tucked his dick between his legs. They lost the game, and I lost.
And I feel bad. I feel like I did mush that under. That thing was over from the start. Like it just did. There was a billion turnovers like we thought there would be in the game, but Derek Carr is broken, and I know a lot of people never thought he was anything anyway. But I was kind of a Derek Carr apologist for a while. I always thought he was a little bit better than people gave him credit for. He's fucking broken, dude. He has weapons. He's just not letting these guys even get out of routes. He's not letting anyone get down the field. The ball's out of his hand. I'm with you, Vic. I thought the game plan was fucking wacky. You lose Thursday, it's tough to get back. That touchdown for me was fucking huge. It really was.
We can't blame everything on Derek Carr. That guy, that coach, Dennis Allen, he shouldn't even be in the league. After he cost me money, I started doing research on him. He's like nothing but a position coach, and then he got like a shot with the Oakland Raiders, and he went 4-12, and they got rid of him right away. So why the Saints are wasting time on this guy? I mean, if you're the organization, you're the GM of the owner, you really think that fucking guy is going to win you a Super Bowl? You're wasting fucking time if you're the Saints. I'm still pissed about it.
Guess what? You have a new week to get over.
That's right.
Thursday night football game. You got a new Thursday night football game to pick from, and that game is the Bucs at Buffalo. The line is -8.5. The total's at 42. The Amazon primetime games might be the worst deal in TV history.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one good Thursday night game outside of the season opener, which Amazon didn't even get the rights to. Like, that was the only one that was aired on, like, national TV. These games are fucking terrible, and this game sucks itself. So, Vic, I'll start with you.
Yeah, this game sucks. Fucking. But it's a big spread on TV. But Buffalo, there's something wrong with this team. I don't even know if they're a legit Super Bowl contender right now.
No, they're not. They suck.
They're frauds, right? I mean, look at their last 3 games: 1-2. They could have easily been 0-3, losing to New England and Jacksonville, and then barely escaping the Giants, who are a horrific team themselves.
Yep.
And then, but now the thing is, Tampa themselves looked so fucking bad last week that it really makes it a classic gun to the head play. This Tampa team is lost. They can't run the ball. They play good defense, but basically Atlanta handed them the win last week. Riddler fumbling going in. That guy's a slob with the ball. Absolute slob. But right now, the way I see this game is I cannot lay 8.5 points with this Bills team right now. I don't trust them. I don't think they're as good as they were last year. I don't know if I would lay the points with them last year at 8.5 as how they looked at the end of the year. I don't think I laid them with Jim Kelly's K-Gun Bills. So as much as Tampa fucked me this week and how bad I hate this team right now, I have to take them again for that reason, plus the 8.5. Gun to my head, Bucs plus 8.5.
Big Tone.
This is I know we keep saying it. This is a classic gun to the head game because it looks like the Bucs are so fucking bad offensively. And you're right. Ritter fumbling the ball. I think he fumbled twice at the one.
Yeah.
We're trying to go back and watch some stuff.
2 weeks in a row.
That's right. Yeah, he had the pick in the end zone, I think, a couple weeks ago too, right? So I've been a Falcons guy. I think the Falcons are finding ways to win in some of the games that are kind of dirty. The Bucs, however, I just don't trust the offense. But to me, I'm probably gun to head. I'm gonna lay the points and take the Bills. I just don't think the Bills. The Bills' defense is bad. The Bills' offense can get it figured out, and that's what I'm going at. Both these teams are gross to me. You can tell because I'm stuttering, but I'll take the Bills.
And they're both desperate too.
They are, and here's the other thing with McDermott. He took over the defense this year as the head coach. You want to talk about putting yourself in a position where you're a Super Bowl contending coach. To now, is this guy going to be on the hot seat pretty soon here? Because Josh Allen's not going anywhere. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know. They're upsetting again, it seems like to me. Every time they seem like they're going to get over the hump, they don't. Defense is broken, but I am going to take them gun to head. Not going to be an official play.
I think I might just blow my brains out instead of picking this game. That's how bad this game is.
Yes.
You're right.
Now, it's a must-win for both, but for the Bucs, you could get away with a lot more playing in the NFC South, whereas Buffalo, if they lose this game, they might be behind the New York Jets heading into week 9 of the regular season, which is insane considering the fact that they don't have Aaron Rodgers and they haven't had him since the first 4 snaps of week 1. So all the pressure in the world is on Buffalo. Of course, the game's in Buffalo. That place is going to be rocking. Both defenses are elite. I'm just going to have to side with Buffalo. I'm just going to have to take Buffalo. I'm going to have to lay the points. I don't care. It's one of those games where I feel like the smart play would to just take the under, but it's got that weird vibe where it's going to sneak up on you. And it's going to be like Buffalo 24, Bucs have 7, and then they walk through the back door and some freaky bullshit happens.
31-16, some weird, I'm with you.
Slimy ass fucking shit's gonna happen in that game. So I'll take the Bills minus 8.5. I don't love it, but that's why we call it gun to the head.
That's right.
Next game we got Minnesota on the road against the Green Bay Packers. It's a pick 'em. Tone, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so this game is there's nothing that says you should bet the Packers, right? The Packers just don't look like a good football team. They look like kind of a high school offense. I don't trust them. But I'm not falling in love with the Minnesota Vikings either. I really am not. I think this is a classic spot for Vegas where you see the Vikings kind of coming off beating the best team in the league, make Brock Purdy look somewhat normal. I know they have some injuries with Debo and Trent, but I think this is, and it's -1. I'm taking the Packers here. Gun to head, I'm taking the Packers. It just feels like such a rat-ass game to me. I'll take the Packers. I'll take Green Bay at home. Not a big fan of the Vikings this year.
Big Vic, what do you got?
Back in the day, when you used to gamble, you used to have to walk into the bookie joint with your cash. You would always fade the Monday night winner. And that's exactly what I'm going to do by taking the home dog Packers plus 1.5. Vikings, big win on TV. Everybody saw it. Cousins got the monkey off his back, even though he played like shit. Word on the street is that Purdy had 2 concussions late in the game. He received 2 concussions. So he was playing concussed at the end for those last 2 picks. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I just read.
What streets?
Huh?
Shout out to Streets.
Yeah, yes. Well, the word on the street, which is really Twitter now, and people just saying shit.
No,
but he's in concussion protocol, so he was playing with a concussion, whatever, no excuse. But Vikings, to me, are going to be flat off that. That was a big home win. They needed it. If they lost that game, their season's pretty much fucked and over with. So they were able to keep their season alive. And I just think they come up flat. Packers at home dog. That's really all I need to know in a game like this. So, and you know what? The Packers last week, they were getting blown out. They actually came back, I think, to tie the game and then lost it at the end. But they could have all the reason to just mail it in, and they didn't. They fight. They stay in the game. They play hard. I like a team like that. I think they win at home this week. I think they beat the Vikings, but I'll take the 1.5. Gun to my head.
Big Tones on the Packers. Big Dig Vic's on the Packers. Nicky Smokes is on the Packers. I love the Packers.
Let's go. It works when we're all on.
I got one word for this game. Coaching. That's it. I don't trust the Vikings. I know that they showed out against San Francisco. The whole world's going to be slurping them up like they're Super Bowl champions. This team still sucks. The Vikings still suck. The Packers aren't good. The Packers at home, though, now that's a good football team occasionally. But I'm not trying to outthink myself. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not a believer in the Vikings. I'm a believer in fading squares. And I feel like every square that watched the Vikings beat the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football are going to be prancing all over that -1, pick 'em, whatever the fuck you see it at. I'm taking the Packers as well.
I was going to say that's a line, too, I'll watch out for this week. Because that's one if you see a bunch of movement, you could be on the Vikings. It'll be interesting to see where that goes off at.
Get it early.
I don't care for the line movement if it's like -1. It's like, oh great, one team went to -1 to plus. Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
well,
you still gotta fucking
that's
win the
dirty.
game.
But when that happens, that's very dirty. I hate when that happens. The flip of the favorite.
So do I. I guess that's a philosophy difference we can get into another time. But yeah,
I used to, but like you can't really tell which side's sharp anymore. Like, once it flips, you can't tell.
I think you can. I think if it opens up at -1 and it flips to +1, you can tell that the money is getting hammered on Green Bay at that point. Or if they go the other way, if they're saying -2 or -3, if they're begging you to take the Vikings at a +2.5 or some shit like that, we all know how it works. But that's just one I'll keep an eye on. But still, I'm going Packers gun to head on that one.
All right, next thing we got is Falcons on the road up against the Tennessee Titans. The Falcons road favorite -3. I'll start here. I'm taking the Titans. I don't care if it's Malik Willis. I don't care if it's Will Levis. I don't care if it's Vic. I don't care if it's Big Tone. I don't care if it's my fucking horsecock playing quarterback.
Steve McNair from the dead.
Yeah, I mean, Vince Young could come back and play for this fucking team.
He was so good.
I'm taking the Tennessee Titans. The Atlanta Falcons have no business being a road favorite against anybody. I do not care. Dennis Ritter sucks. His record that when he's not playing in Atlanta is horrible. I bet on the Falcons last week, and I got lucky that he did me right. That guy almost blew the fucking game. And now you want to go into Mike Vrabel's house where he's one of the best underdog coaches in the league?
Off a bye.
You want to lay 3 points? Get the fuck out of here. I'm taking Titans all day.
Yeah, this goes to if I want to jump in real quick, I'm right with you on the Titans. I hate fucking Arthur Smith. He's such a fucking dick. He really is. Do you see this guy? I know, Tony, you were busy having a great time, but he's on the sideline just absolutely losing his mind over every little call. He was losing his mind over the Riddler fumble when he clearly fumbled it through the end zone. I hate that guy. He can't hold Mike Vrabel's fucking cock. Vrabel's a fucking champion. He's a better coach. We're at home off a bye. We'll be prepared. We're getting 3 points. I want to see Mike Vrabel fucking crush Arthur Smith's hand at fucking midfield on the handshake. I want to just see him crush his hand so fucking bad, and I'll be waiting for it. I hope he does something like fucking
shaves his mustache right off.
Yeah, with that razor they sell. I seen they sell a razor. It just takes the guy's whole mustache off one shot. That's what you got to walk up to him with. Fucking hate him.
It's good. That's a good razor. I don't know. The line scares me on this one, boys. -3.
This guy loves Atlanta. You fucking love them. You love them. You can't go against them. Your heart is this big. Yeah, go let him. Fucking do it.
Listen.
You know he's gonna do it.
Listen. All I'm saying is there's a couple lines of thought here, right? Like, are the Titans actually this fucking bad? And they're like I don't know. -3 at home off a bye. It just seems kind of crazy for all the reasons we just talked about with the Falcons, the turnovers, the this, the that. They do have 4 wins. But I'm gonna stick with my Falcons. I'm gonna stick with my Falcons here, and I'm gonna ride them till I lose. But this does scare me a little bit. I'm going to take the Falcons because I think this is a weird.
He loves Arthur Smith.
I hope you guys can cheer as much as you want. I'm pretty sure I'm the best gambler on this fucking thing right now.
Oh, if you want to just use an 8-week sample, yeah.
Well, yes, that's what we're going to do for this particular show, right?
Yeah, well, that's not fair. Some of us started off cold. Let's talk in November.
That's fair. That's how seasons work. I mean,
I love Nick's optimism while he's betting 33% and still thinks he's the sharpest one on the screen.
30%.
Speaking of sharp,
30. It's 6-14.
Vic, that is fucking terrible.
That's an all-star.
I don't even know how you come up here and smile.
No, but when I'm 55%, you're going to be like, how did you do it? You were just so bad. Are you sure those numbers are real? Just like last week when I told you the Dolphins teams were 3-21, you thought I was wrong. I was right.
You were wrong.
I was right.
No,
I did the whole thing. You brought in some team. You mentioned another team.
The Chargers themselves have 2 wins.
I didn't say the Chargers.
We beat them. You said the teams we beat. We beat them.
Except the Chargers. I left that off.
Oh, yeah, you left that off.
Well, it wouldn't have worked good for my numbers.
Whatever. Next game.
Arthur Smith, big tone Arthur Smith. We know.
If I were to catch a Hamas terrorist or any terrorist, Al-Qaeda, Bin Laden, fucking any terrorist, ISIS, I would make them watch this game on repeat. The Bears versus the Chargers might be the worst primetime game to ever be scheduled in NFL history. Like, that's how fucking bad this game is. And the Chargers are laying 8.5 points. 8.5 points? I'm taking the Bears. I'm not looking into it. I don't care who the public's on. I don't care what fucking article Vic read that he's going to recite word for word in 2 minutes. The Chargers should not be laying 8 points to anybody. Give me the Bears plus 8.5.
So I think if you're gonna, torture a terrorist, just showing them like women doing anything will fucking drive them nuts.
Whoa, what about women riding cock?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they. I don't know if they're okay either. I don't know if they're okay with that. I know driving's not a big one for them, but I'm with you. I don't trust the Chargers. Give me the points on the Bears. The Bears are. Listen, did the Bears just find their quarterback that's not named Justin Fields? Because that team looked pretty fucking good. I mean, I know it is. I don't know. Chargers aren't good. Chargers defense can't stop a fucking goddamn thing. And now you're going to get either this guy's playing again, So
yeah, he is.
You're going to get a guy that you've seen one fucking time. So it's like I don't trust them. Too many points. I'll take the Bears.
I'm going to lay the 8.5 with the Chargers. Fuck it. The Bears are going to get fat off that win. Raiders traveling on a fucking off of a emotional win. A couple
30%.
I mean, well, it's a gun to the head play. I think I'm like 48% in those. So
okay, you're right. That's
true.
But now, listen, Chargers are rock bottom. They've been playing good teams. They've been having a fucking hard time playing. The Bears got fat last week. Everyone's hyped up. It's still going to be a rookie quarterback. Chargers still have a ton of weapons. I think the coach Saley sucks, but if gun to my head, I wouldn't. It's the only way I'm laying 8 points in this game. But I'll do it. I'll do the Chargers minus 8.5.
All right, there you go. Well, now it's time for our official place for Week 8 of the NFL. I'll start first because I already gave this one out. I'm taking the Titans plus 3. That's an official play. Give me the home dog. Give me Vrabel at home. Fuck all the bullshit. Fuck all the noise. The Atlanta Falcons suck. They're gonna get humbled. I love the Titans plus 3 at home over the Atlanta Falcons.
You want to go, Tom?
No. What do you got?
I'll start off. So I don't want to make any enemies. So I'll just start off right away. I'm going to take the fucking Jets.
Were you wait? Are you fading the Dolphins? Is that why you said that?
No. I said
No,
the
he's
Jets.
fading the Giants. He's taking the Jets.
I said the Jets. Okay. Taking the Jets. The Giants fucking suck. What are we supposed to do? They won 14-7 to give them a Super Bowl crown now?
No.
And the only reason they won is because Big Tone was there. That's the only reason they won.
That's true.
I knew they were going to win. I had them in my money line parlay because I'm like, Big Tone's there. They're not going to fucking lose. Automatic put in, of course. But they really suck. And now this guy, Robert Saleh, he's ready to fight. He's calling out quarterbacks in press conferences who he's destroyed. He's going to have a field day, whether it's Jones back or Tyrod. It doesn't matter. Or if it starts off Jones and ends Tyrod or vice versa. The Jets actually in their last 3 games scoring 23.6 points per game. If they did that over the whole course of the season, they would be 13th in the league in scoring if they did that. So their offense is getting better under Wilson. He's still motivated to go. And the Giants are awful. I'm trying to see how many points per game they're averaging, but 12 points per game.
Oh, it's bad.
29th in total yards, 29th in passing yards. It's a bad team. Are going against a really good defense. So, and they made the Jets 3-point favorites. Who would have thought that, after week 1? So I'll lay the 3 with the Jets all day in that game.
But Big Tone.
Yeah, so I kind of like the under in that game. My first official play is going to be touchdown, Tony, touchdown, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis will score in that Thursday night game. There's been a bunch of talk about Stephon Diggs being a baby. He's pouting. He's this and that. Dude, get the fuck over it. The whole goddamn team sucks. Leaders don't fucking sit down and cry and say, I'm not talking to the press because I might say some shit that'll offend someone. Dude, grow the fuck up. It's the same fucking act, okay? You aren't shit with Josh Allen, and he's not shit without you. You guys got to figure it the fuck out. The defense is what it is. You can't control that. And Gabe Davis, this offense needs to start fucking using these guys again. They need to, instead of throwing the ball deep every time, drop it off, dump it down. These guys can make plays. I think they changed some things up this week. I think Gabe Davis gets in the end zone. That's my first official play of the week.
I like it. And my second one is Vic's first one. I love the Jets too, -3. I don't know if that's good or not because Vic's 30%, but fuck it. Like the Giants suck. Their offensive line sucks. Their defense is not good. I mean, I guess they've had 2 good weeks in a row. I'll give them that.
They're playing better.
Like Vic said, would you win 14-7 against Sam fucking Howell and you're supposed to get a Super Bowl ring? Correct. Lick Mike Johnson. I don't give a fuck. Give me the Jets -3, much better defense. They could run the ball down anyone's throat. I'm just praying that Zach Wilson plays on either Tyrod or Daniel Jones's level because the defense will take him home after that.
I love that pick.
That game, obviously, I'm not going to touch. I think this year, have you guys seen? We've seen more totals under 40 than I can remember in a long time.
Every week.
Unders are killing.
There was like 2 totals that went over 42 points.
Yeah, because this one's at 36.5, 37. Before you guys even said anything, I like the under in this game for all the reasons you guys are saying. Both the Jets defense, they've already done it to Hurts and Mahomes and Allen, and what are they going to do to this fucking team? It scares the shit out of me. But at the same token, the Giants defense has played really good the last 2 weeks. I know it's still the Bills offense that we were talking about. Yes, it's the Commanders, but I think this under at 36.5 is an official play of mine. I know I just hopped in there on you, Vic, but we were talking about it. So you guys are on the Jets in this game. I'm going to take the under 36.5. And I hate betting unders, especially when it's my team, but I think this is a gross game.
I like that, yeah.
What do you got, Vic?
Well, I'm starting to fucking think that way back in week 1, which was like 2 months ago, that Big Tone was right. Maybe the Dolphins are going to miss the playoffs.
That was going to come up.
I mean, yeah, just
out of you, Vic.
I mean, I definitely don't want to get hit by you.
We're 5-2. What the fuck do you mean miss the playoffs?
I think he's a little bit exposed. I mean, you haven't really beaten anyone.
Wait. Let me just cut you off real quick because you sound like an idiot. I don't want you to keep going.
No,
Name the last time an NFL game has had
that's just Staten Island.
One team that had 10 penalties, the other one had 0. Name the last time someone was missing both their star offensive linemen, both starting cornerbacks, and went in to the Super Bowl, the NFC champs' house, and won. It doesn't happen. It was 17-17. We played like shit. And Raheem Mostert clearly got tackled on that fucking interception while we were driving down the field. We're not going to get out penalized 10-0 ever again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to blame referees. We talked about it week 1. You got to blame somebody.
Don't let him off the hook, Vic.
I'm not. They're not that good. They haven't beat anyone. Double-digit losses to the Bills and Eagles.
And here's the thing. I'm just saying, if I'm a Fins fan, I love your optimism. Yeah, still the best offense in the NFL ever, right? To this point. You got to be a little concerned that when a team of substance is coming in, and maybe that's why you're lashing out our good friend Vic here. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Coming after me.
Maybe they'll
I'm not lashing. We're 5-2, first place in the AFC East. Buffalo sucks, and this mush brain over here is telling me we're not even going to make the fucking playoffs? Get the fuck out of here.
There's a shot the Jets could beat you for the division.
You're lost. You're a lost cause.
So are you? I'm sorry.
Where were you going with your pick, Vic? Where you giving?
Where am I going?
Listen, my fucking team.
No, I would never do that.
So give me your pick.
I find myself rooting.
Dolphins.
I find myself rooting for the Dolphins now because of you. Because I like when the Dolphins win.
It doesn't sound like it.
It does. But you're telling me to come here and make good picks. That's what I'm doing.
So go ahead, drop the Patriots plus 9.5 because that's clearly where you're going.
Yes, of course. Listen, Belichick. If you want to look at the last game, you know what happened. 24. What'd you do to that guy with the beard? That was hilarious on Barstool. You were like, I can't touch you. I watched that 100 times. You are great. I love you. But your Patriots are going to get slapped around. Squish the fish again. I hit him last week. You said the same thing. We're going to beat Jalen Hurts. You threw a whole rant, and
I didn't say
Eagles
that.
manhandled them.
I said I didn't like the spot. I said that
very bad spot. Very bad spot.
I never said we were going to blow them out.
Correct. But last time they played, New England 24-17 lost to Miami. Patriots had the ball on the Dolphin 30-yard line. That's where the game ended.
Okay,
so
but
it could have very well.
The whole story how Bill Belichick came up with a new special teams play where they send this gunner off the side and they block the fucking punt. Or how about
that's Belichick? Where you been?
25-yard line.
Where you been? That's what he does.
Honestly, I want you on the fucking patch here. 30%.
I know you do.
Made me happy.
But why can't we both win? Why can't I cash my ticket? And the fucking Dolphins win. You got to bet the Dolphins every week.
No, I want the Dolphins to win by 50 now. I want you to lose your ticket.
There was no way the Giants were going to lose with Tone there. Hey, now, when you went to the game, Buffalo, they lost Miami. So Tone, and the Devils, when I went, I'm a huge Devil fan.
Yeah.
I don't miss Sunday footballs for every reason that Tone said. I don't do Sunday games. Vic, I can't miss games.
You love to say teams get fat the week before. Aren't you scared New England just got fat? And this
team has been on the fucking bottom. Guys, there's idiots on the internet saying Belichick's washed. I don't want to mention names, me. You know, he's not. He just got a contract. He schemed good last time. He slowed Miami down. They had trouble moving the ball deep. Now he's got more film. They were exposed by Philly last week. They know how to draw penalties against Miami teams now.
All right, great pick. Love that pick.
Thank you.
Real pick. All right, this is actually my last pick, and it kind of hurts. It hurts my stomach because I do like betting trends. But I love the Jags minus 2.5 over Pittsburgh. I think the Jags have a great defense, one of the best in the AFC, and they've got a way better offense than Pittsburgh. And everyone and their mothers saw what the Steelers did last week. If TJ Watt doesn't get an interception or a touchdown, the Steelers don't win. I think the Jags are just a much better team than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm getting them under a field goal. You could even lay the money line at minus 145. I'm taking the Jags.
I'm all over the Steelers in this game.
Perfect. Mr. 30%, right where I want you.
All right. Listen, we talk about buying the bottom. Okay, I'm at the bottom right now. But listen, it's like when you're a kid and your mother says, "What do you want for breakfast? You want oatmeal or you want a bacon, egg, and cheese?" No fucking brainer. Bacon, egg, and cheese every time. I'm going to get Mike Tomlin as a home underdog. They're 4-0, I think, as dogs this year. All 4 outright winners against the fucking Jaguars. No way. And you know what? You say the Jaguars are way better offensively. This Kenny Pickens is going to be the best player on the field. That wide, he's open every fucking play.
Pickens.
George, what'd I say?
Kenny.
Yeah.
You mix the quarterback and receiver.
The quarterback
happens a lot.
I'm the worst with names.
Yeah, I call guys from 20 years ago. I just started learning Derrick Henry. I was calling him Travis Henry, the ex-Buffalo Bill running back. I just got it right. Yeah. So, but Tomlin, taxes and debt. Tomlin is a dog. Give me the 2.5.
Yeah, I had the Steelers last week. I'm not touching that game. I'll just go right to my next pick, and it's the Seattle Seahawks over the Browns, okay? The Browns just got out of a fucking dogfight battle with the Colts right down to the wire. They got some help from the refs. They play really good defense, but that defense was on the field a lot last week. They're tired. They're coming into a Seahawks team who has a good home field advantage. The number to me is it's 3.5, 4. I've seen it some spots. I think it's screaming to you to take the Browns. I'm not going to do it. My official play is the Seahawks minus 3.5. I fucking love this play this week.
Wow. That's a good play.
All right. Well, there you have it. Those are the plays of the week. And tell your mother I said hello. We'll see you guys next week. Same spot, same time, same place. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace.